You've seen them swear, fight, drink, and more, but how much do you really know about the cast of HBO's long-running fantasy series? Hey guys, I'm Rebecca from WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things you didn't know about the cast of Game of Thrones. Think you know Game of Thrones? Click below to sign in with your Google or Facebook account and take the new trivia quiz on WatchMojo.com. We're not really doing behind-the-scenes show facts for this one. It's really interesting but lesser-known facts about the stars of the show. All right, you drink and you know things? Let's see if you know this. Number 10. Natalie Dormer is an excellent fencer. Citizens of the Seven Kingdoms can thank the old gods and the new for keeping a sword out of Marjorie Tyrell's hands, because there's no telling what she would have done had she been given the opportunity to flash her extraordinary skills with a blade. Okay, we get it. Tyrell is a fictional character, but the woman portraying her on screen is mighty handy when it comes to brandishing a sword. Dormer is an avid fencer, and was previously a member of the London Fencing Academy. We bet she had a few tips for some of her Game of Thrones castmates during their many fight scenes. Number 9. Diana Rigg played a Bond girl.
You're full of surprises, Contessa.
So are you, Mr. Bond.
For the better part of 5 seasons, Diana Rigg's portrayal of Olenna Tyrell was one of the show's most entertaining. The sharp-tongued Lady of Highgarden never backed down from a fight, matching wits with everyone from Littlefinger to Cersei Lannister.
We should have stayed well out of all this, if you ask me.
Ironically enough, Diana Rigg is just as badass as her on-screen counterpart. Rigg played Contessa Teresa di Vincenzo in 1969's On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and the character holds the unique distinction of being the only woman to ever marry James Bond. Most actors would thank their lucky stars for being able to land a juicy role like Olenna Tyrell. But the fact of the matter is, Diana Rigg has been doing it for decades.
Remember, obey your husband in all things. You promise me?
But of course I will, as I've always obeyed you.
Number 8. Lena Headey and Jerome Flynn don't get along.
That is a lovely tie. It's a shame it's around such a worthless neck.
Eagle-eyed fans may have noticed that Lena Headey and Jerome Flynn, who play Cersei and Bronn respectively, rarely, if ever, appear on screen together. Making this especially odd is the fact that both of their characters spend the majority of their time in King's Landing. So what gives? Well, it turns out that Headey and Flynn used to date, but that things didn't exactly end well. Nowadays, they aren't on speaking terms, and have made it clear to Game of Thrones showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss that they won't appear in scenes together. That's a shame, because a little verbal repartee between Cersei and Bronn would make for some damn good television. Number 7. Rose Leslie is a descendant of King Charles II.
I don't ever want to leave this cave, Jon Snow. Not ever.
Why didn't they stay in the cave? Sorry, the end of Jon Snow and Ygritte's ill-fated relationship still leaves a sour taste in our mouths. You know who doesn't have a sour taste in her mouth, though? Rose Leslie. Not only is she an internationally recognized actress, she's also a descendant of King Charles II, who ruled England, Scotland, and Ireland from 1660 to 1685.
Oh, it seems you owe me a debt.
Leslie's mother, Candida Mary Sybil Leslie, is the great-granddaughter of Simon Fraser, a Scottish lord and descendant of the 17th century king. Not to be outdone, Una Chaplin, who played Robb Stark's wife in seasons 2 and 3, is the granddaughter of the legendary actor Charlie Chaplin. Small world. Number 6. Rory McCann seriously injured himself in a rock climbing accident. Sandor the Hound Clegane, whose expletive-laced dialogue and brutal fighting style have shocked and awed fans since Game of Thrones' inaugural season, has been brilliantly brought to life by Scottish actor Rory McCann. However, it almost never happened. In 1990, McCann was rock climbing in northern England's Yorkshire County when he was involved in a near-fatal accident in which he broke both of his ankles, an arm, and a wrist. Oh, and he also fractured his skull. Thankfully, he was able to make a full recovery. Hearing this story makes the Hound's fight with Brienne look like a walk in the park.
When I found you, I thought you'd been dead for days. Well, you were stinking already, and you had bugs all over you, and bone was coming through right there.
Number 5. Peter Dinklage and Lena Headey are best friends.
Sometimes I wonder
What?
if this is the price for what we've done, for our sins.
Unlike their on-screen counterparts Tyrion and Cersei, Peter Dinklage and Lena Headey are thick as thieves. In fact, much like all of the other best friends in the world, these two have a hard time looking each other in the eye during serious moments. In a Reddit AMA, Dinklage claimed that he and Headey, quote, sometimes have to avoid eye contact so we don't crack up. It's strange to imagine these two goofing around on set when the characters they portray want nothing more than to strangle one another.
Father was here, no one would have dared.
I've never been more sorry about anything.
I will not hear it, not from you. I will not hear it!
Number 4. Jacob Anderson is a musician. In a show noted for its strong silent types, Jacob Anderson's portrayal of Grey Worm is the benchmark against which all others are judged. However, in real life, Anderson is a man of many words. In fact, when he moved to London at the age of 17, it was in pursuit of a musical career. Nowadays, Anderson performs under the stage name Raleigh Ritchie, and to tell you the truth, he's pretty damn good. His single, Stronger Than Ever, peaked at number 30 on the UK singles chart, and in 2016, he dropped his debut studio album, You're a Man Now Boy, to rave reviews. Number 3. Kristian Nairn is a DJ.
I was quite a shy teenager, and I would have expressed myself through my music. That's how I spent my teenage years.
When he's not holding doors or carrying Bran on his back, Kristian Nairn, best known for his portrayal of Hodor on Game of Thrones, is busy spinning beats at festivals and nightclubs. Nairn, who is a progressive house DJ, has been in the music game for over 20 years. In fact, Hodor was his first acting credit. He used to be the resident DJ at a gay club in Belfast, and in 2014, toured the US and Australia. In a stroke of marketing genius, he called the tour Rave of Thrones. Brilliant.
I never feel more of myself than I am when I'm on stage.
Number 2. Hafthor Julius Bjørnson is the world's second strongest man.
I've been to many places. Also, I've been filming, of course, for Game of Thrones.
One look at Hafthor Julius Bjørnson and it becomes painstakingly clear why he was cast in the role of Sir Gregor the Mountain Clegane in Game of Thrones. At 6 feet 9 inches tall and weighing 400 pounds, the man is a behemoth. So it should come as no surprise that when he isn't grinding other people's bones to make his bread on Game of Thrones, he's busy competing in strongman competitions around the world. He's been crowned Europe's strongest man 3 times, Iceland's strongest man 7 times, and came in second in the world's strongest man competition in 2014, 2016, and 2017. Hafthor Julius Bjørnson gives new meaning to the phrase, pick on someone your own size.
I believe that in your Game of Thrones contracts, there's a stipulation which says you have to eat every 2 hours.
Yes, exactly. And you can't skip meals. If I skip meals, I just get lighter.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
His name is Aegon Targaryen. You have to protect him. Promise me, Ned.
Now, if you want to save...
You're going to die tomorrow, Lord Bolton. Sleep well.
Nothing makes the past a sweeter place to visit than the prospect of imminent death. Go to bed, Tarly.
Number 1. Jerome Flynn was a pop singer.
You've got a pretty voice.
Thank you very much.
As always, we've saved the best for last. Everyone's favorite foul-mouthed sellsword on Game of Thrones was one half of the English pop duo Robson and Jerome in the 90s.
There's a whole load of sheet music. All we gotta do is follow the melody.
Well, if you ask me, I think we've been a bit overambitious.
Their cover version of Unchained Melody was the surprise hit of 1995, holding on to the number 1 spot on the UK singles chart for 7 straight weeks, and ultimately becoming the best-selling single of the year. Bron's been known to bust out a ditty here and there, but the thought of him crooning on stage is too much for us to handle.
All right, let's start with your footwork.
Okay, but who wants to see Bronn recreate that scene from Ghost whilst singing Unchained Melody? No? Just me? Alright, fine. Anyway, be sure to let us know in the comments if you learned anything new in this video. Like, subscribe, and check out our Game of Thrones playlist for everything Westerosi.